Thank you, Dr. J, for stepping up and being a champion level sponsor for the 2022 Childfree Convention. Please tell everyone a little bit more about yourself and Childfree Wealth.
I'm just happy to be part of the convention. You know, I mean, you guys are doing some great work, and it's really nice to be part of it. I'm what I call a Childfree Wealth Specialist. So I'm a life and financial planner for child-free folks. My wife and I are child-free, so that kind of started me on this path of going, well, how does that make things different? You know, and when I was doing my research on becoming a certified financial planner, there was never once a mention of being child-free. So that's what I do is I help child-free people figure out their finances and figure out what's different and how does it fit and how do they make their life their own authentic life.
Who is kind of the typical person that comes to you looking for that advice?
I get people from all over. So I serve only in the U.S. I'm actually located in Mississippi, but I do all my video. I do everything via Zoom, so I can serve people all over. I got people that are barely making ends meet, and I got people that have a lot of money. You know, and it's a matter of when do you need support in your life. You know, people ask, well, can you do it on your own? Yep, you can. But it also sometimes helps to have a professional look over your shoulder and go, hey, you know, because the way I do, I'm an advice only, fee only fiduciary CFP, which means they pay me for my time, usually on a retainer or hourly basis. I don't charge them a percentage of their assets. I don't take it over. I don't do it for them. I teach them. You know, my PhD is in adult learning, so that's kind of my background is helping people learn.
And you've got a few other little projects you've been working on as well. I think you've got a book.
I do. So I just put out a book, Portraits of Childfree Wealth. It's 26 stories from people all across the country, from 22 to 52, and talking about what it's like to live a life of child-free wealth. You know, there's people in there that are barely making it, people that are rich. And for the convention, I'm actually giving it away for free. Actually, I'm going to make Cody pay for it, I think. But childfreewealth.com/book. Enter your email, you get the electronic version of it. So you can actually find people in there that are living life like you and learn from them.
You'd mentioned you're advice only and fee only. Tell us a little bit more about that and how that might make you different than another financial advisor or planner.
Yeah, so with the standard financial planner, you give them everything, they take it over, they call it delegation, and they do it for you. And they're working on the investment side. I'm a comprehensive financial planner. So I meet with my clients on a monthly basis. We make 1 or 2 improvements each month and grow. And actually, if you're interested, if you go to childfreewealth.com, I have no cost intro meeting, 60 minutes. We kind of just chit chat, get to know each other, see how it fits, and see if there's a way I can help you.
That is amazing. Everybody go to childfreewealth.com, put in a request to Dr. J to have this 60-minute session. It's free. It's worth talking to him. He knows a lot of stuff. He might put you in the right direction and get you on the best path to living your best child-free life. Thank you again, Dr. J.
Absolutely. Glad to be part of it.
Hey everyone, welcome to Boobies Not Babies, a show where we offer support of all kinds, shapes, and sizes. My name is Brianna, and I am here with my good friend LeNora. Hey LeNora, how are you?
I am awesome. How are you?
So excited to be here today.
Boobies Not Babies. How did we get started with this?
Oh my gosh, we have some pretty amazing conversations on Clubhouse, but we don't get to see each other's faces.
You know, essentially, you and I are talking about our lives as child-free women, and, you know, our audience is largely child-free, but we needed a name for this show. And so, how did we get this one?
So a shout out to our good friend Hira, who happened to share that name with us one day when we were tossing around ideas of what could we possibly call the show to pay homage to our curvaceous figures, but also to talk about our lives that don't, you know, we're not mothers, we are child free, and we have a whole child free story that we like to share our perspective on life, share our perspective on current events, share our perspective on a celebrity or two. You never know what's going to happen during the show.
By the way, where are you located? Because we're not in the same city.
No, we're not even in the same country. I am in the southwestern United States. I'm in Arizona, right on the Colorado River.
And I am in Western Canada, specifically Alberta, the province of Alberta. And I think the first time that we went live, someone asked if we were related, or sisters for that matter.
You know, I love that we have similar features and we kind of look alike and we can get away with calling each other sisters. We are not related at all.
Nope.
Sorry.
Talking about child free confuses some people, you know, like just even sharing your experiences. And that's how you and I met, was just because we were in the same spaces talking about being child free. I don't even know if that was our very first conversation, but what benefits have you experienced in your own personal life, just sharing your story about how you came to the realization where you are now?
That's such a good question. You know, we all go through experiences in life that shape our views, our wants, our likes, our dislikes. And sometimes it can be a little bit intimidating to speak to people when you feel like you don't necessarily have a good connection with them, or maybe they have different beliefs than you do. So being able to have conversations on this platform and with you, we have that common bond of being child free. My story is not anywhere close to your story, but having just that common bond in it allows me in particular to open up a lot more than I might to some people, get a little bit vulnerable. And I think that's one of my favorite parts of us being able to have these conversations and people being able to tune in and see us and interact in the comments with us, whether they're asking us questions or sharing parts of their story. That part is really special for me too, when people feel comfortable enough to tune in, to watch us, and to share little bits of their personal lives with us because they feel, you know, comfortable and safe enough to do that.
How fun is it being vulnerable on a live stream?
Okay,
when you don't know who's watching.
I will be honest, it can be a little scary at first, but the more you do it, you know, the easier it gets to start the conversation. Not every conversation is going to be easy to have, but it's something that I really had to work at, and it wasn't always an easy thing for me to just come on and share parts of me that I have kept hidden from the rest of the world. So it has really actually made me a better listener as well, knowing that there are some people that want to talk and there are some people that want to share these special things. And if I can give them that attention and hold that little bit of space for them, it's going to help further the conversation.
Can we talk about our pizza party? I'm not going to say what episode we've done was our favorite, but talking about being vulnerable, I don't like people watching me eat, but we had a pizza party.
We totally had a pizza party to
fun.
Celebrate us, just celebrating us, celebrating the fact that we're doing this. And I totally get where you're coming from as far as not really liking to eat in front of people. But when we're doing these live shows, it really just feels like you're among friends. It doesn't feel like strangers. I don't feel like there's just this huge crowd watching me take a bite of my pizza. I'm comfortable with you. I'm comfortable with our friends that tune in and watch us. So I will eat pizza on camera all day. I'm fine with that.
I think for me is I don't normally watch myself eat, and that's a bit jarring because when you see yourself in playback, you're like, you're eating and you want to enjoy, but I'm watching myself eat, and that's weird. But that was fun. That was so fun. And we both had a pineapple on our pizza, just putting that in there.
Hashtag Team Pineapple.
Yeah. I don't think we lost too many viewers.
No.
On that
they
stream.
hung in there. Even the ones that were not Team Pineapple, they hung in there with us. We appreciate you.
We don't censor ourselves when we do this show. Sometimes we have a pre-planned topic, sometimes we don't, because we just want to chat and see where the audience takes us or what just comes out, which is fun. And sometimes like, oh, we're going that way this time. Okay.
I get that can be a little bit difficult when you're live streaming. We're all human. We're not going to agree on the same things. So if I can give somebody that respect of listening to them and they can give me the respect of listening to me, and we can have a very mutually respectful conversation about it, that is fantastic when that happens. Is it always going to happen? No.
Some of us are on social media groups, you know, we see posts, we do audio chats, but what is it about seeing child-free people, you know, interacting, talking to one another?
It humanizes things. It takes that conversation from just reading the text and it brings it to life. It gives it personality. And another huge benefit for me is it shows the diversity of what child-free people look like. We don't all look the same. We don't all come from the same backgrounds. We are across the globe. So I really love that it brings the diversity aspect into it. It allows us to appreciate each other's differences and learn more about the obstacles that other child-free people go through.
So we have an interesting sign-off on the show, inspired by the Pope.
Oh,
and I keep forgetting which one I am. Every time I have to ask you, like, which one am I? So which one am I?
That's okay. That's okay. I got your back. So you are LeNora the Selfish.
Okay.
And I am Brianna the Diminished. How we got there. Many of us are familiar with the kind words that the Pope shared about people that don't want children, people that choose to have pets in their lives over children, people that are not rushing out to adopt. He said that we were diminished and that we were selfish. And that's how we got those nicknames. Because if that's how he's going to think about me, I'm going to embrace it. To me, that's not wrong. Sorry. This is a decision that I made with my whole heart. If that's what you want to call me, call me. Call me diminished. I'm good.
And I'll be selfish. I'm going to insert those taglines in there somewhere. Speaking of, where are your pets? Normally you have like 1 or 2 or 10 animals. Like, it's sometimes I don't see Brianna. I just see fur.
Yeah, you just see a cat butt. Okay.
Brianna the Diminished, where can people find you and follow you so they get notifications when we're going live next?
I have an Instagram account that goes by the handle Childfree Cheerleader, so you can catch me at that account. And
you can follow me on Instagram as well at Childfree Blog.
Turn on notifications, so anytime we decide to go live for a Baby Snap Baby show, I'll give you a nice little notification on your phone. Thank you, everybody, so much. This is Brianna the Diminished.
And this is LeNora the Selfish. Thank you for joining.
Bye.
All right, so let's talk about the misconception that being child-free and single, both by choice, is bad or sad. Because, you know, on social media, you get those comments like, oh, you're going to be lonely and sad at 40 when you don't have kids. And
I think in some ways it's you know, people look at you if you don't have children, feeling sorry for you. And then you've got the added element of if you're single, people feel sorry for you as well. And not everyone, but I suppose, you know, now that I am living somewhere a bit more rurally, from previously living in cities, there is definitely a change in mindset with, you know, people's opinions of, oh, if you're not married or if you're not in a sort of conventional relationship as per their opinion. But yeah, I mean, I think there's always going to be that element that believe, oh, per you know, and you're lying to yourself about the fact that, you know, oh, you're not really happy. I think certainly whenever you are in a rural community in Ireland, there is the mindset of when you're single, per you, oh, you don't have kids, per you. But what I would say is, you know, I try not to focus on that. I try not to focus on the fact that that is the way people think. And I'm trying to look at it and say, right, how can I change this? Or how can I even just put my point across? And, you know, it doesn't have to be that everybody's going to change their mind, but I think it's really important that the first step in changing perception is to give a different point of view and being vocal about a different point of view. You know, that's how things will start. Not everybody has to agree. You know, people can still believe deep down that per girl living in a farmhouse up a mountain with her 16 cats, and there is 16.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're not all mine.
So can we talk a minute about how awesome it is as females to be free to make any decision that we want? Because this is not to knock relationships. This is not to knock partnerships, because to me, this particular area is not set in stone. It's always felt natural for me to want to live alone, to do things alone.
Yeah.
You know my saying, companionship and moderation. I practice that.
100%.
I believe in it. I don't want, and I don't want someone around all the time. And whether I'm having a blissful day, whether I'm having a low day, I always relish the fact that I have my space. I can make my decisions financially. I still have bodily autonomy here in Canada at the moment, you know, but I, as a female, am free to make whatever decision I want. And it feels freaking fantastic.
It's honestly, it's something that I do appreciate, and I do make myself appreciate on a very regular basis, because and I don't think it's because I have been in a marriage in the past and I have cohabited before, and I think I was always of the opinion of, if you can get up in the morning and do whatever the hell you want to do, it's so freeing. And I get, some people cohabit or in relationships or marriages where they do still have a huge amount of freedom. For me, I enjoy what I have so much at the minute. I don't want that to change at all. And so the idea of even having a partner cohabiting is completely off the books. And then the idea of then being a caregiver or a parent is like so totally not on my radar. I mean, I'd mentioned to you whenever we were messaging this weekend, I had decided that I just had the weekend to do whatever I wanted. Am I going to do some studying? Am I going to do some photography? Will I go to the beach? Will I stay in bed? And it's just having that freedom of waking up in the morning, and if you don't have plans, of just being able to do whatever suits you is, I mean, you cannot, once you've had that, you can't, it's harder to give up, It
is.
Once you've had it and you appreciate it.
Absolutely. And, in other circles, we've been talking about manifesting, and I had mentioned that I don't even want to put out to manifest a kind of partner of any sort. And I feel weird for that, because that's what everybody seems, anyone that doesn't have a partner or wants to change partners, whatever that looks like for you.
Yeah.
That's always like the number, like a top topic or a top concern. And I get it. And maybe this is because I've always had an independent nature. And it's not because I don't need people. That's not it. I just need a lot of personal space and people. So I tailor my life in a way that I can have both. But I can't, like, to your point, the thought of like having somebody who would want to live with me. I mean, bless them if they really want to go that route. but
don't make me breakfast. Don't make me meals. No, I eat whenever I want to.
Exactly. Like there's something that you've heard me say this before. It's like, oh,
yeah.
And I have cohabited before too, and I learned a lot of lessons. I enjoyed it to a point, and then I was like, can I have my own house?
The reason that I would want to talk more about single life and being single and child free is purely because, I've done it in the past, very briefly, got into the way of, oh, this is the next step. This is what we're doing. This is, what happens. And you do get into, well, not everyone all the time, but you do sometimes, we're human, we get into a sort of a pattern. And I suppose there's a lot of people that don't realize you don't have to follow that path.
Yeah.
You know, relationships can be amazing. There can be a lot of love. There can be a lot of trust, loyalty, respect, romantically, without it having to mean, oh, you know, let's see each other X amount of times a week, be in contact X amount of times an hour, you know, and that's not to be, I'm probably conscious I'm maybe sounding a bit bitter. It's really not a bitterness. It's really just if that works for you and that's what you want, fantastic. Have that self-awareness. You know, I have friends who say to me, I don't want to be on my own. You know, I want to be with someone, and I'll take the bad with the good, even if the bad is more.
Right.
And I appreciate their self-awareness, you know, that they own up to that. But I think a lot of people don't have the self-awareness to say, oh, do you know what? Yeah, I am chatty. I am an introvert, but
yeah,
please leave me alone now. You know, things will come up, particularly if you're an individual who does want to, you know, look at self-growth and self-learning and invest in that. Nothing's ever going to be hunky-dory all the time. And I suppose it's just whenever people say, you know, oh, you just want the golden stuff, etc., etc. It's not to me about wanting just the golden stuff. It's about wanting a completely different type of lifestyle and relationship. But dating in itself, you know, it's not, and if you are with somebody in any relationship, it's not always easy, as you say. I mean, your relationship with yourself isn't always easy.
No.
I suppose it's just trying to make people realize that it's not about wanting the good stuff. It's about wanting something different, which will have its own good and bad. Yeah, that's a good point. I'm going to write that down.
Hi, I'm Cody Hetzel.
Hi, I'm LeNora Faye.
We are the co-founders for Childfree Media. Childfree Media is a network leading the conversation for those interested in the child-free lifestyle. So why do we need this? Why does it need to exist? What's the problem that we're trying to solve?
We have both been content creators for a while, and there seems to be a problem that we've discovered even with our own work. It's like the algorithms. We have communities here, we have communities there.
And we've seen a lot of great content creators kind of fade into the shadows. Maybe they had life changes, unexpected things happened. Maybe they had to move, new job, whatever it might be. They lost time. They can't put out the content as regularly as they did. And they just shut everything down. And now all of that great stuff is lost. And
so a lot of people do say that they want to start a blog. They want to start a web series. They want to do video content, social media content, podcast. And it doesn't have to be expensive, but the trick is starting. And how do you start? And sometimes you see someone who has a similar idea that's been doing this for 2 years, or, you know, is a month ahead of you. And you're like, okay, maybe I shouldn't do this because it's already out there. Part of what we're doing with Childfree Media is creating a neutral space, a neutral platform with a built-in network to give support to anyone, even if you're established, even if you've been in the game for a bit and you've hit a plateau, because that happens. A lot of times you don't have anyone to talk to about it. So Cody and I, we've had a lot of experience creating a variety of different platforms and content. And so, you know, we are able to kind of address the things that we've come across, how we've moved through that, and how we're able to build something like Childfree Convention. So this is, again, a space, a platform, a way for anyone who is interested or is established that feels like they need support. This is a way to keep going, to get the conversation about choice out there.
Yeah, because it can be daunting to create something, whether it's the podcast or a web series. It's a lot of work, a lot of editing that goes into it. You put it out, you finally put it out there. Like after you said, okay, I'm going to do this, I'm going to go public with it. And like you get no
3
views,
people,
no clicks, no anything. And it can be soul crushing. And you might think, well, no one wants to hear this, which isn't true. Like but your thoughts are valid. People are thinking the same things that you are. So we want that to be put out there. And as LeNora said, even if you're established, finding ways to collaborate with others, finding ways to just talk to peers in this world of creating content to, you know, work on things in the future or to talk about issues that might be coming down specifically for content creators dealing with bad comments or just getting over a mental block of coming up with new ideas.
We want to get more voices out there. We also want to do it in a way that's not behind a paywall. We want to offer this in a way that allows you to build your own brand, your own identity, your own voice, but not feel like you are alone in the creator space.
This is all free. Like, basically, the Childfree Media will exist off of goodwill of the community to provide content to us to put out there, or just let us know what's going on in the child-free space. A feature that we want to have available is a child-free calendar of events. It could be maybe someone's Facebook group is going to have a live stream and they're going to have a chat and invite their members to it. Well, if we know about it, we can put it on the calendar. Someone who's not even in that group might see it, say, hey, I want to join that event. And they join your Facebook group and you've just now gained a new member that you might not have had before. The calendar of events will be great because we can pull from really anything that anyone wants to let us know about, or if we just happen to see it coming. There is a lot of podcasts that are coming down the pipeline that we know about. We're going to be able to put that info out there so people are able to enjoy it, tune in, give feedback if that's available. So that's just one feature for someone who's going to be consuming the content of what they get to enjoy through Childfree Media.
So another challenge when you are a content creator is being consistent. As you know, algorithms are changing, whether you're writing on Medium, whether you have a podcast, whether you're on TikTok. Coming up with ideas for your brand, staying consistent is a challenge, especially when life happens. So a great feature with Childfree Media is because it's all on one platform. We have a podcast, we have a publication, we have all of the social media, we have YouTube channel, and whatever else is in the future that we're not aware of yet will be with that too. It allows everyone to contribute, which means we're always putting out content.
We want this to be kind of an algorithm breaker. So not just for giving the content creators a chance to maybe take a breather if they need to take a break, but always having something fresh available for people that want to consume this content of the child-free lifestyle.
And as we have seen with Childfree Convention, the stories of child-free people are diverse. We're not all in one location. We don't live the same lifestyle beyond not having kids. We want to feature all voices. Anyone that feels they have a story, or for anyone that wants to remain anonymous, maybe you have a story or an idea, or you're writing a novel, something, a short story, essay. This is a space for creativity, child-free creativity. There are a lot of amazing child-free people I've met over the last few years who are insanely talented. And even if you don't feel like you're insanely talented, there's probably something that you can do that would contribute. And maybe you don't want to put your face or your name out there, and we can accommodate that as well too. We don't need to get anybody in trouble. If someone wants to stay anonymous, you can remain anonymous and use the Childfree Media label. Of course, you get all the credit for everything. One of the points of Childfree Media is to allow people to express themselves in their child-free life. You know, we've been silent for a long time. Some of us, not all of us, but, you know, people feel like they can't speak out, or they feel like it's not safe to speak out. So whether you are using your true identity or creating, you know, an avatar or wearing a wig, there's a place for you to share what it is you want to share. You know, the sky's the limit really with Childfree Media, because there are so many ideas floating out there, but people don't know where to put them. Well, here we are.
Yeah, and Childfree Convention is a division of Childfree Media. So annually, we plan on having the convention continue, and that's going to be one portion of what Childfree Media does. And it's a great example of what we're wanting to do over the larger scope. We want to bring people together, whether it's a content creator with 10,000 followers or a person that just wants to do a one-off blog or podcast, and they don't even have a Facebook account. We want to be able to give them that platform to get that information out there and the great content, and let people find it and consume it and enjoy it.
So there's this misconception that you need to have a lot of followers in order to get your voice out there. Not true. You know, if you want nothing to do with social media, but if you have an idea, if you wrote an article, or maybe you were featured somewhere, you know, somewhere that's outside of the child-free space, and you want you want eyeballs on it. Say, you know, someone interviewed you for something, and, you know, the Child Free conversation is part of that. Let us know. We will highlight that for you. You know, this is, again, this is a neutral platform for anyone. If you have your own community, if you are starting your own community, if you belong to 10 communities, if you're just kind of floating around going, where do I belong? We need to see more child-free content out there, whether it's original ideas, something that you've already done and you know, didn't maybe get the response that you wanted. We can help with that. The whole purpose is to bring as many eyeballs to the child-free lifestyle and to the content as possible, not just within the child-free community, but beyond. Because again, that's when change happens, is when people see and hear the amount of voices that we have, you know, the variety of voices that we have, meaning the child-free community and child-free conversation. That's going to get attention, but 3 people can't do it. 5 people can't do it. You know, we love for the whole convention to do that, but even that can be louder, right? So we really genuinely want everyone who has a tiny, tiny desire to create some form of content to be a part of this, because the more we are together, the louder we are. And I say this as a loud person, you can get attention, you know? And also too, for anyone that's worried about negativity, that type of thing, again, you have the option of remaining anonymous, but you also have a built-in troll patroller. So anything that's on Childfree Media, we have your back. You don't have to deal with any of that negativity that comes. It's kind of like a filter. We offer that filter protection if you know, want to put something out there. But again, you don't want to deal with any potential negativity. You won't have to.
So you might be wondering, how do I get involved, or how do I get more information?
You can email Cody or LeNora at childfreemedia@gmail.com.
Hey, welcome back.
Hey,
Jared from the depths of the technical behind the scenes world.
Dungeon. I don't know.
How's it going out there, man?
Lots of typing, lots of clicking, and lots of behind the scenes work right now. Yep.
I hear
I
you.
don't have enough time. Half an hour is not enough time.
I was able to recuperate a little bit. Bathroom
I'm
break.
starting to get emotional because I mean, let me go out of moderator mode and just be in LeNora mode for a second. You guys, this is amazing. I mean, we knew it would work, but you don't know until you know. And I'm, you know, was reading the chat, says, I'm sorry, new wig. I bought this specifically for today. I was trying, you know, biting my tongue during the budget panel because I'm like, if Dr. J saw my budget for wigs, no, it's not that bad. Sorry, I'm just gonna use this as a mirror for a second. But anyway, this has been phenomenal, and shout out to everyone in the chat, our speakers, the ones still yet to come, everyone that participated in the halftime show. I wrangled together my child-free friends because, you know, I didn't have any other option. I'm not ready to play my violin yet in public again. Plus we get shut down with music. So anyway, this weekend has been amazing, and it's not done yet, but I just have to say I'm starting to feel emotional, and I'm probably gonna cry once this is over. And not because I'm just frustrated and exhausted. It's because this has really gone well, and it makes me very happy, and I'm very proud. And I'm proud of you two. As much as I've yelled at you two over the last 11 months, I'm very proud of us and what we've done today.
Well,
so
thank you.
It's a
the
team
weekend.
effort. Team effort.
We got a good comment about the last video you showed, that world premiere. Childfree Media is going to be great. Can't wait to see everyone's great content.
Thanks, Matt.
Thanks, Matt. Yes, I don't know about you, Cody, but you. All right, good shirt. So wig change, shirt change. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I was a little nervous because now we finally announced what Childfree Media is. We haven't said too much about it up until now, so it was nice to see the response. So thank you everyone for being supportive.
If there's any questions or comments, you can throw them at us right now about Childfree Media, and we'll try to answer them. No problem.
I'm gonna ask you guys a question. What will be the places to go for Childfree Media? The .com website. What else?
Well, who said we're having a .com website? Stop leading with the .com website, dude.
Okay, all right.
So what people can go to, right? There is one, but that's not the draw. The draw is we have a podcast. You can actually go to all all major podcast apps right now. That is live. We have an introductory episode. We also have our Childfree Media YouTube channel. And this segues into where you guys can watch the replays. So the replays of yesterday's live stream and today's live stream will remain on Childfree Convention YouTube channel.
In its entirety.
In its entirety, but in its entirety only. Every panel will be individualized. It'll be uploaded to the Childfree Media podcast platform. So again, you can stream that on every major podcast app. And right now it's already up, not the convention, but the introductory episode's already up. And you can also watch all of the individual panels probably in 2 weeks because I have to do this. And I got to sleep at some point on Childfree Media YouTube channel. Going forward, all of the from last year's Childfree conference, this year's Childfree convention, all of the individual panels will be uploaded on Childfree Media. And we are all over social media as well. So that is where you find us. Yeah. If you want to talk to us, get in touch for just to get more information. childfreemedia@gmail.com. We have to do volunteer segments. I wasn't doing that right now.
It's all you. And just real quick,
time is it? Okay.
Yeah, the Childfree Media, there is a YouTube page. So that's probably the best way to find out about what's coming down the pipeline is like, subscribe, whatever, ring the bell, all that stuff. But yeah, just search Childfree Media. Our logo will pop up. You've seen it a bunch already. Just find the logo and you'll find out when all this great stuff is going to happen.
So yeah, and social media, we'll be announcing on social media because we're already active on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and I think we're on TikTok, but it's hard to post stuff there. Anyway, what was I going with this? Right, we will announce, if you follow us on social media, that's when you will get notified when the individual panels from this year's event are available to watch or to listen. We're putting this all in podcast form and that's exciting because I mean, I've been a podcaster for 3 years. Shout out to Childfree Girls. Thank you, Isabel, Kristen. You guys are covering my back on all of our stuff because I've been so busy these last couple of weeks. Well, last year, but especially these last 2 weeks. So yeah, this is all going to be available in podcast format, which we're really excited about. And Childfree Media is producing that. So, and
we're going deep into the archives. We're going to go back to 2021 and podcast those too. So
yes. So
everything is coming your way in podcast form.
It'll be interesting because we've done really well. And again, Cody, you're like the ultimate co-moderator for me for something like this because we I don't know. You can usually tell when I need assistance and vice versa. So I thank you.
Well,
thanks for having my back on this. But we're not editing any of this stuff. So any of the little things that we've had to figure out while we're live is going to go onto the podcast. So that should be
why not? That's what makes it fun. Yeah, it makes it real.
Exactly.
That's why we're live.
Exactly. All right. So it's only 10:43 here. I feel like it should be 5 o'clock. I'm in Alberta, Canada. It's so early still. Let's do the.
Yeah, I want to leave the stage and let you do your volunteers. So
okay. I'll back out as well.
Bye, guys. All right. Oh, wait. No, do I need one of you? No, I don't. I don't need anybody. Okay. All right. So this is a volunteer segment. Again, I've been the PR manager for the last 2 years with Childfree Convention, and this year we had a volunteer team who have really allowed us to expand. So first of all, Marieke, who's in Ireland, who's our speaker green room host. All of you speakers will have, met her at one point or another. Thank you so much for your efforts for this convention. It has allowed Cody and I to focus on the screen, which is an enormous help because, believe it or not, it's really nerve-wracking moderating conversations live and for 8 hours. Just to let you guys know. So thank you, Marieke. Katie, I'm just going to say first names. Katie was our business liaison. So Katie helped me do research, people to contact to get the word out about this convention. She was also talking with other Childfree social media platforms to see if they would help support the convention by sharing the event. So Katie was really helpful in doing that stuff for me so I could focus on other things. So thank you very much, Katie, for all your hard work this year. JD Helen, one of our copywriters, and for copywriters, we sent out a lot of emails. We've sent out media kits. We've sent social media captions, all of that. JD helped me with that. Much appreciated, because sometimes your mind goes blank, and when you have a lot to send out, it's really nice to have help. So thank you for your talent and skill. Gustavo, hopefully Gustavo, you are watching this at some point. Gustavo was incredibly helpful in designing our graphics, all of the social media that we did. He came up with the designs, and with the speaker spotlight, the volunteer spotlight, several other things we needed design ideas for, and Gustavo did that for us. He also helped with the production of making all of these panels, because when you have a 2-day event and you've got media to send out and social media and all of the panels that you see, you know, I had to do. So I had production help just send it all out and say, hey, let's each get a certain group and let's all get it done. Because that takes a lot of time. So thank you so much, Gustavo, for all of your ideas and help this year. Angie was the first person I talked to. She was my design consultant, essentially. She gave me a lot of ideas on everything. Really helped me get a vision for what I wanted this convention to look like. And so she gets the credit as a consultant, because she really helped. Our conversation really helped me out. So thank you so much, Angie, for your contribution this year. Rebecca, my part-time therapist, is the joke. She helped me. She allowed me to vent for certain things over the last 2 weeks, which has been very helpful. Rebecca was our event promoter, working with Facebook and getting the word out for the event, posting. She ran our Twitter account, and she is also our amazing troll patroller today and yesterday. So thank you so much, Rebecca, for everything. By the way, we're not disbanding the volunteer team. So if all of your volunteers are watching right now, you are still on board for next year, unless you tell me otherwise, because I like working with y'all. And hopefully you like working with me too. Kristen Tsetsi. Sorry, I'm so used to saying your last name. She's also my podcast co-host, one of them. Kristen, you will have known her from The Age of the Child, the novel. And she was also one of the copywriters helping me with longer form social media content, emails, media kits, great long form content. Thank you, Kristen, for helping me this year. And I didn't even have to ask her. She volunteered on her own accord, so that was really nice. All right, we are here. Oh, Emma. All right, Emma was another graphic designer. You guys will know her from her account, Millennial Emma. Emma really helped me out getting all these panels together for the live stream. She came up with this color, our new border we added. We added an additional color to our main scheme for Childfree Convention. That is all Emma. Thank you. I love it. I would have never thought of that. She also designed content for our social media as well. So thank you so much, Emma, for really helping me get everything done. And again, you're on the team next year until you tell me otherwise. And finally, we have Ethical Comics. Mika, who's in Sweden. Mika did all of our Childfree Convention comics this year, which was a really cool new addition. Fun. I still have a few I could probably post. But yeah, guys, go follow Ethical Comics. She does childfree comic design and great stuff. So thank you so much. So, and an honorable mention to Lucas Cheney, who helped us with the monthly Childfree Convention live streams we did throughout the year. So this year we weren't just doing a solo event, we were doing monthly streams. And he was helping Jared in the background with tech. So thank you, everybody. It's a lot of work, and we do it because we love it. We're all volunteers. You know, they couldn't afford me if I actually charged my fee. So we're all volunteers here. But thank you so much to everyone who applied, and you guys have been consistent and loyal throughout the whole year. And I'm saying this as like a very, like, I don't say I'm a parent to anything. I'm not a mother of anything, but right now I feel incredibly proud, and I feel like you guys have to, I'm just going to start rambling for the rest, like another 10 minutes, but I'm just like, I'm just really happy, and just seeing it, everything come together has been incredibly cool. So thank you, volunteers. You are the best. I don't like saying I love you. I like saying I adore you, because I'm a little squeamish with the whole I love you thing. That was a massive confession just now. So I adore all of you. Thank you.
We all adore you, LeNora.
Aw.
I think I can speak for everyone in the comment section.
Either that or I'm getting a lot of hate emails. I don't know.
And so with that, we will roll into a thanking of our sponsors again. In case you haven't heard me say it enough, we're so thankful to have you. Our presenting sponsor, Childfree Media. Our champion level sponsor, Childfree Wealth. 365 is another sponsor, along with Best Child Free Life Possible Facebook group. Go join it. Buy Childfree, buy Childfree, which is where you can get some really cool merchandise, including the official 2022 convention shirt. And then on the back, it might get blurry, but I hope not. But you can see everyone that's been a part of it. Like we got the names, we got sponsors that achieved certain sponsorship levels. They're on there, and it's a cool material. It's not like cotton. It's kind of stretchy. It's kind of like a superhero outfit. I don't know, but it doesn't wrinkle like really easily. I can pull this thing out and wear it. Actually, I will in a second.
It's like the dress. I think it's the same material. This is like a super suit. This dress is flattering for every body shape, and it's just, okay. Jared, I have another fan, so I will try not to like.
Oh, is it polyester or is
it's kind of a blend. It's got some kind of spandex poly. I don't know. It's magic.
It's spandex and it's freaking amazing, guys.
But really cool. Go to childfreefamily.com/shop, or just go to childfreefamily.com and scroll down to the shop. You'll find all the stuff there, or go straight to the childfreeconvention.com site, and there's links there as well.
Yeah.
Childfree Journals is also a sponsor, along with stophavingkids.org. StreamYard, that you're watching right now, has been amazing with all the cool buttons and toys that Jared gets to hit behind the scenes. I know he's having a blast.
They've sponsored us all year
and last year. Yeah.
And last year.
Yeah.
So
thank
you.
So if you're looking to start a live stream, might I suggest using StreamYard. And also 2 books, The Age of the Child by Kristen Tsetsi and the book Wild Egg by Jennifer Flint. So on top of that, speaking about books, special plug again for Dr. J and Childfree Wealth. Go to childfreewealth.com/book. He's giving away digital copies of the book he's put out earlier this year, Portraits of Childfree Wealth. It's a great book. It's free. Get it, people. It's there. Like get it while it lasts, because I think at the end of the day, that might be it. So definitely sign up and get that. So LeNora, do you want to plug anything for Childfree Journals?
Yeah. So yesterday I spoke a little bit about Childfree Journals, but I forgot to share the actual thing I wanted to plug. So a couple of years ago, well, it's like 3 years ago now, I created the Bitchy Bookkeeper Journals. They're just fun paperback journals with a child-free theme. There's child-free graphics. I share my child-free journey throughout. It's just, line pages, very discreet, cute little watermark, something you're not ashamed to have. But I realize there's a lot of people who don't know how to journal, haven't a clue. So I created a free ebook. You can go to childfreejournals.com. You don't have to sign up for anything. Just download it. It pops up right away. And it's 50 child-free themed journal prompts. So if you have no clue how to journal, and you don't even have to, it's not even about journaling, about being child-free, but it's kind of the intent behind it. But it gives you an idea on how to start, because I know journaling can be really weird. I've been doing it since I was 12. My first diary from grade 6 is like right up there, and it's so incredibly embarrassing to read. I don't recommend reading your grade 6 self, but it's kind of amusing. Anyway, so if you don't have a clue about how to journal, you've thought about it, you don't even have to have a journal. Just go to childfreejournals.com. You can download the free ebook. It's hosted on Google, so it's safe. You can put it on your Kindle. It's PDF form, and you can go through. And again, it's great for fence sitters. I've heard from fence sitters who have used that because it asks questions. I ask questions, so it gives you just gets your thoughts going. Because journaling doesn't have to mean dear diary, blah blah blah. It's just writing down your thoughts. I said in the estate panel segment yesterday that in case I die file, my brother is to burn every single journal, because there's no way I want any of that stuff public. So go check out childfreejournals.com.
Juicy info there.
You have no idea.
So Jared, plug your group, please. Get some more people signed up.
Yeah, you can sign up. Just fill out the application questions at Best Child Free Life Possible Facebook group. You can just type it in on Facebook. Easy to sign up. I also have a run called the Childfree 5K and 10K. I'm trying to do it at around the end of May for an entire week. It's free to join, just to bring awareness to the child-free lifestyle. Facebook.com/childfreerun. We'll do that next year. What it is you can wear a child-free t-shirt along the walk or run. At the end of your run, you could just yell out your child-free. If you want to cause I don't condone any bad stuff that you do after you get done with the run or whatever, but you just complete it. You can do it with your other child-free friends or a group. I would recommend that. So that's the Childfree 5K and 10K run we'll try to do. I would love to see if we could do it in one location one time, like Tampa Bay or something, where we come together. Some people may want to fly or drive, but that could be down the road or whatever. So that's that.
Can't
and then
they just run to the location? Like, that would make sense.
If they want, I mean, if they want to do it multiple times. We also have Childfree Runners group on Facebook. You can join that. You can go for your like weight loss goals or your cardio goals, or you're trying to just do a 5K run and start from there. And then we also have a Strava club that's free to join on the Strava app, Childfree Runners United. It has a leaderboard, how everyone's doing mile-wise and many other stats and that sort of thing. And there's other child-free people on that. So you can just search Child-Free Runners United on the Strava app, and that's it for me.
All right. And then for me, I will talk about childfreefamily.com. Let me do something real quick. While that's going on, I'm going to share my screen.
Okay.
So it all started out with people wanting to find other child-free people. And so basic thing I thought of, well, let's have a map. And so with that, I basically use this as the basis of creating Child-Free Family. It's like, let's find more child-free people. So yeah, you can just zoom in and click on people and you can see their images and profiles. And well, sometimes they're expanding there. There's Victoria in the middle of America. Awesome. Hi, Victoria. But you get little profiles. So like, here's my profile. Let's see, it's in here somewhere. It's a little slow because it's just us. So here's me. Boom, I got a profile. You join up, you get a little profile. So you can make friends super easy. And it's outside of all these big conglomerates that track your everything you do. I like literally this. I'm the only person behind the scenes here. I don't care where you do, what you buy. Doesn't matter. This is literally just an easy website to meet other child-free people. Got the map. And then also the shop for Buy Childfree is located here as well. So you can come down here, check out the women's section, men's section, pet section, cool hats, mugs. LeNora loves the mugs.
Huge selection. You guys, so, like, no joke.
Yeah.
Wait, a huge selection is 2? I thought you Americans did things like way bigger than that.
I think he's talking of like
in general?
Yeah.
I've got dozens at this point of everything child-free convention.
Like all these different brands are on there that are available. So yeah,
they've got this one.
Cool.
His budget, his special sale that he has going on for this T-shirt.
Oh, it's a bit blurry.
It's blurry, but that's
yeah.
Oh no, there we go.
It's there. Yeah. So Lucas and I basically like earlier this year. That's one of our favorite shirts that people have, and so we're basically giving it away at cost. Like we're making, I think, like 3 cents a shirt or something. Like it's as low as we can possibly get it, because what's the easiest way to find a child-free person is you see them wearing a child-free shirt. So anyway, with
also,
that,
dresses, guys,
and dresses.
I love this.
I know it's blurry, but it doesn't look blurry in real life. So
yeah, that canvas is amazing.
So that being said, we're about to get rolling back into the convention. Thank you, everyone. International Child Free Day is coming up on August 1st. Happy International Child Free Day for those that may already be August 1st. For everyone else in the Western Hemisphere, we'll be there tomorrow. So
I want to plug one thing more. That's for LeNora. Is download the free Clubhouse app and search Child Free Club and get in there and talk with other people, and you get to use your mic on your phone. You guys have so many chats each week.
Yeah, it's just actually I host Child Free Morning Chat every Monday through Friday, even on the holidays, 8 o'clock in the morning for me, Mountain Daylight Time. So 10 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. I will be there for an hour. We chat some of the people you will have known from the halftime show segment. But yeah, if you want to wake up with me in the morning, download Childfree or Clubhouse app and search Childfree Club, and we can make that happen.
Yep.
So with that, we'll call halftime a wrap, and we will dive into the next panel here shortly. Give us a little bit of a break, and we'll be with you in a moment.